Hello everyone, my name is Dinesh Gupta from third year ITA. So in this video, we are given an assignment to explain about closures, promises, and callbacks. And with this, we also have to build a to-do list application using these three concepts. So first of all, I will try to explain the closures, callbacks, promises, and then I will dive into the to-do list application that we have created using these three concepts. So the first part is of the closures part. So in this so what is a closure? A closure is when a function retains access to its parent function's variables even after the parent function has executed. So in the simple terms, we can say that the a closure is a type of a function which is enclosed within another function. So it is like the nested functions, and we can also assume that like nested loops in programming concepts. So in this situation, the inner function can access the outer function's variables without any trouble. So this is a unique concept in JavaScript, and this is very really powerful concept because it allows us to create private variables and methods. So here is the quick example for the closures, and here we can see that there is a function called create counter, and in the function we have a count variable, and the third line of the function is a return function, and in this return function we have the incrementation of the count variable, and there is another return statement count. We have to return the count variable. So the whole purpose of this is to execute the counter function two times. So here we can see that we can see that there are two counter functions that are being executed. So let's execute this. Node index, not index, closer.js. So as you can see that we have got 1 2. Here we can say that the count function is outside of the return function. So the return function is taking the return function is the closer, and it is taking the context of the outer function that has those variables count. So let's try to give another print statement so that we can see whether it prints 3 or 2. So as you can see that the count variable is incremented as we are continuously printing the or returning the counter function. So this is the closer part, and next part is the callbacks part. So simply the callback is a function that is passed as an argument to another function, and it is executed later, often in response to some event or action. So and this is a function that is only invoked whether there is an action that is being executed. So it is like if this is done, then I will execute. It is in this situation. So this is the simple example that I have written. So we can see that there is a greet function, and the parameters are name, and there is a callback. So this is the callback function. So it is just a function that is parameter, and here we can also use set timeout for the event loop. So for the execution we have used John. So now the output will be hello John, and the callback function is called. So it returns that this is the callback function running, because the name is referring to John, and the callback is referring to the arrow function that is referring to this. So that this is the callback function running is that statement is executed. So now we can run it. So as you can see that we have first got hello John, and next we have got this is the callback function running. So we can notice that there is a minor gap between before it is printing. So as you can see that, so there is a 1 second gap, and this is occurred due to this function set timeout function. So this is a delay function and an event loop function. So this is used for delaying the process, and this is also the asynchronous code. This is also the asynchronous code that is executed after all the present functions are executed. Now the promises part. This is the example for promises part. So a promise is a more structured way to handle asynchronous code. It represents a value that may be available now, in the future, or never. Here is how a promise works. In this example, the promise either resolves with a success message or rejects with an error. This makes handling asynchronous operations much cleaner compared to callbacks. So this can be considered as an upgrade to callbacks, and this is very much useful when we are dealing with APIs. So it can we can fetch the data, and we can trial and error the data, so that if the data is accurate, then we can pass. If not accurate, then we can throw the error message. So it can be handled. So here we can see dot then is used for the data that we are receiving. So we can use the data. The dot catch function is used to display the error. So now we should execute this. Here the operation successful is the output. Now that we have covered these key concepts, let's look at the to-do list application that we have created using closures, callbacks, promises, etc. So this is the entire code. The to-do list program is a simple module to manage tasks. It involves us to add tasks, mark them as complete, categorize them by due date, and display them in a readable format. So these are the closures I have used. So as you can see, the entire functionality is encapsulated in the to-do list function. This uses closure to manage a private all array. So this is the private all array which stores all the to-do items. Only specific methods like add, overdue, and mark as complete can interact with this array. So as you can see that this is the private variable, and this is the closure function that we are using now. Add is the closure function, and these are also other closure functions, mark as complete, overdue, due today, due later, and these are all the closure functions that are using the all array. This is the private variable that is for the outer function, that is to-do list. By returning these methods, we expose limited functionality while keeping all array private. This ensures that no one can directly modify the all array. So now that we have to add the to-do list. So this is a statement that can be added to the all array, and we can see that we can add a due date, completed or not, and we can add these statements. We add to-do items as objects with three properties: title, due date, and completed. The next part is the categorizing to-dos. The program categorizes to-dos based on their due dates. This is done using the following methods: overdue, due date, due today, due later. So as you can see that these are the three functions that categorizes the to-do list tasks. So now for the display part, this is the display function. The toDisplayable list method formats the tasks for display. It shows X for the completed tasks and empty for pending tasks, and optionally displays the due date. So here is the code for that. Now we will try to run the code, and we will try to understand the output. So this is the output. The overdue tasks include tasks due before today. Juliet lists the task for today and Juliet shows upcoming tasks. So this is the output that we have gained. So my to-do list is the heading, and overview is that we have to submit the assignment, and that is overdue, because today is the day 15, and uh, we should have to submit yesterday but we didn't, so it is overdue. So due today. So these are the tasks that are to be completed today. The parent task is completed, and because we can see that X mark to that task, and the service vehicle is not done yet, because we have not given a completed status as true, so that it is not marked cross mark. Due letter is that for the later dates, 16th date for example, we have to do these tasks accordingly. So this is a simple demonstration of closures, callbacks and promises, and applying these concepts to create a to-do list application, simple to-do list application. So thank you.